Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about One Piece's new chapter, which is on chapter 1067. Now, this chapter right here was actually pretty crazy, and it looks like to me we get a lot of crazy answers and a lot of questions to come. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have Bonnie ask about Dr. Vegapunk's freaking head. It used to be very big. Why the heck is it short? We have that Vegapunk talks about he ate the brain fruit that allows him to have a lot of knowledge about the world. So whatever I know, it allows my brain to grow size and accordingly, etc. So I have the biggest brain in the world and it continues to grow, yada yada yada. And Chopper is actually impressed and says, would I know all about medical knowledge and so forth? Yeah, I have it all. He goes like, woohoo, that sounds exciting. And we had Luffy ask a funny question. Does that mean you're stupid because you just cut your brain out? He says, no, you idiot. Look, he ends up talking about the antenna he has on his head, which apparently is something about punk records that he has. He pretty much has all the knowledge in that apple head whatsoever that pops up and down whatsoever, whatever you want to call it whatsoever. And he ends up saying that you talked to one of my clones, right? And Jinbei's like, yeah, we talked to one of them, but what are they exactly? Vegapunk explains how they work. They all have their own field of study, we get to know all of them. Atlas, Edison, Shaka, Lilith, Pythagoras, and York. And we get to know that these clones are actually the full personality of Vegapunk himself, And Jinbei's like, so in other words, they share the same brain, It's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around that, But Vegapunk says he uses his brain to share a library with them, so that's the reason why they have access to a lot of knowledge. And Vegapunk says, everyone should be connected to what I have, and it'll be a very big accomplishment. And Chopper's like, you mean I'll be able to study all kinds of medicines around the world? And Vegapunk's like, yeah, exactly. And Chopper's like, woohoo, I'm excited kind of thing, But Jinbei says hey, wouldn't that lead to a lot of trouble? I mean, a lot of people would use that knowledge to cause a lot of chaos whatsoever, But Vegapunk says, yeah, you have a sharp brain right there. However, science will never progress if you worry about something like that, And Bonnie says, hey, you freaking turn my dad into a heartless weapon, give him back to me or I'll kill you, And we have Dr. Vegapunk was warning Bonnie not to activate that saber because it's very defective. You gotta hit the freaking switch off because that beam attracts a lot of bugs. She says, what bugs are you talking about? She looks at a bunch of millions of bugs coming at her. She ends up screaming and freaking fainted right away, Because she hates bugs. And Luffy's like, hey, buddy, look, it's a stag beetle. And Chopper's like, hey, this is not the time right now, okay? Etc. We have that Vegapunk understands why Bonnie wants him dead, He talks about how one of his failures, which he refers to Kuma as the one that saved him, and he ends up asking Luffy if he found a dragon that looks like Kaido. And Luffy explains how Momo ate the fruit and that how Momo ate the fruit and is a pink dragon, which upsets freaking Vegapunk and realizes it's a failure, He even explains to Luffy that he tries to copy that dragon fruit that Kaido ate many years ago, And it looks like to me it didn't work out. And we have that Jinbei actually sees him as a perfectionist here and there. And we get to know about the giant robot here and there that Dr. Vegapunk talks about. Actually, this robot attacked Maryjo's, at least around, attacked the land of Maryjo's 200 years ago kind of thing, But we have that he also explains how it ran out of power before it could cause any more casualties here and there. He even talks about where it came from here and there, the world government ordered its destructions because how dangerous it is, He even talks about he even talks about how these things work, He talks about how 200 years ago the fisherman rights movement started to gain ground whatsoever, saying that a robot climbed on the red line whatsoever. And we have that they talk about how Vegapunk 1 talks about creating an Vega Force based on what he learned from it, and he lacks scientific prowess in order to engineer it, But it's also difficult to actually manage it here and there. And we have to it that like Frankie asked him about how he's doing this, and that he's creating a power source whatsoever. Sorry for being a little off topic, but it's a lot of information to talk about, you know. But we see to it that the rest of the Straw Hats are actually watching like Vegapunk, Luffy, and the others that are talking to the original Vegapunk whatsoever, and we see to it that Luffy gets angry at freaking like at Vegapunk for turning Bonnie's father into a robot cold hard weapon, that you should beg her to forgive you, old man. And that Vegapunk was planned to give Bonnie something, you know, but he has to have her wake up. And regardless of that, he actually asked Luffy like to take him away from Egghead Island, or Egghead at all, because I guess the reason, I don't know why Vegapunk wants to get away from Egghead Island, but I think we have an idea after much information here and there. We get to see that Cypher Pole Zero is coming into like their territory and getting ready to go into action here and there. We have to it that Lilith believes that we should sell the Straw Hats to Lucci, but they go, no, are you crazy? We can't let them in. But we have to it that Shaka, on the other hand, tells Lilith to like tell them to hand over the Seraphim and leave, when declining to request the docking here and there, you know. But the agents of the world government will not respond well to that, and we should get ready for battle. We have to it that we go to a scene at the Kamabaka Kingdom where the revolutionaries are at, and that Kuma's acting weird and is going on the berserk mode, you know. We have to it that Dragon and Ivankov was trying to stop him from going crazy and ask him what's he trying to do right now, you know? And they have to it that like that they are not done fighting, and that they're about to start a war, or is getting ready to start a war against the world government here and there, you know? Which I thought it was pretty cool here and there. Like I said, there's a lot of information in this chapter that kind of confuses a lot of things. All I can really tell you is that Vegapunk ate the brain fruit that allows his brain to grow big the more he knows, you know? And that the 6 people of Vegapunks, which is like Atlas, Edison, Shaka, Lilith, Pythagoras, and York, they're all the personalities of Vegapunk himself, you know? And Bonnie was going to kill Vegapunk for actually like turning her dad into a weapon and ask him to turn him back, you know? But we have to it that Vegapunk was about to give Bonnie something that might be connected to that. We don't really know. As for Vegapunk, he talks about the robot and the dragon fruit that Momonosuke ate, and it was a failure, you know? But as for the giant robot that Luffy, Chopper, and Jinbei and Bonnie found, they end up talking about like about that robot that attacked like Mary Jo's 200 years ago, etc. Even Frankie, Sanji, Robin, and along with like Usopp, etc., the ones that left the Thousand Sunny to like overhear this information here and there, you know. And we have to it that like that Vegapunk asked Luffy to take him away from Egghead Island if possible, but looks like to me that's not going to be the case, because they're about to go to war with CP0 or the world government again, which the Straw Hats is considering that this is round 2 pretty much. I don't know how this is going to go out, because Luffy's already strong enough to actually go part to part against a Yonko. I don't know how Oda's going to make this work when Luffy faces Lucci again, but I'm going to say it right now, he's going to lose. Predictable, obviously, from the get-go. But I'm pretty sure Lucci's not that weak either, which I hope it will be revealed soon. We'll have to find out. I don't know. But yeah. Sorry about my voice and my tone being a little off, you know? I mean, like, all I can really say is that, like, there's a lot of crazy information in this chapter involving Vegapunk, you know? And that how, like, how he's been doing a lot of experiments with the giant robot and Bartholomew Kuma, and then the dragon fruit that Kaido ate, trying to replicate it. But yeah, I don't know what's bound to happen next, but one thing for certain is that we're on break, so we're going to have to wait until to find out. But a lot of crazy information about Vegapunk and what he's done, and Oda, man. You're going on fire with this, but a lot of questions that comes along either. Why did Vegapunk wanted to, like, turn Kuma into a weapon? Why did he do that, you know? There's so many questions involving, like, why? You know, when did this robot come out? 200 years ago. Why did it attack Mary Jo's Island 200 years ago? You know, that kind of thing. Why was Vegapunk interested to like replicate the dragon fruit? Yada yada yada. like I said, a lot of information revealed in here involves a lot of questions to why? What's the point of this? What are you trying to do, you know? That kind of thing. Anyways, looking forward to like next chapter. I apologize for being very confusing and trying to get the information to you guys, but if you read the chapter yourself, you'll get the idea. So until then, people, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alphazito. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot!